Would you believe there's a place where molten lava and pure white snow breathe the same air? That place is Iceland, a land so breathtaking it feels unreal. If you've ever been there, you'll know. It's like stepping into a living fairy tale. Where nature whispers and roars, they call it the land of fire and ice. Where volcanoes simmer beneath glaciers, like a heart holding back its fury. Remember the eruption of Eyjafjallajökull in 2010, or Fagradalsfjall more recently? Names that made the whole world hesitate to pronounce. But don't worry, this video will help you unlock the secrets of Icelandic and that stunning scene in Prometheus. Yes, that wasn't CGI. That was Iceland. Real, raw, alive. If you stood between lava and snow, would you go forward or turn back? This scene in The Secret Life of Walter Mitty was filmed in Iceland. This one in Game of Thrones, Iceland again. And this breathtaking shot from Interstellar, yes, also Iceland. Stay with me as we explore 100 fascinating wonders of a country like no other on Earth. Before we begin, if you could give this video a like, it truly gives me the energy to keep creating content like this. Let's begin. Located near the Arctic Circle, Iceland is one of the best places to see the northern lights. They begin in mid to late September and dance across the night sky. In summer, Iceland glows with endless daylight. There's no night, only a fairy tale white. You could wake up at midnight. And if the moon is visible, it feels like magic in motion. They call it the midnight sun. In winter, Iceland turns into a frozen dream. The Vikings once called it Snæland, the land of snow. Reykjavik is the northernmost capital in the world. Iceland is known as the land of ice and fire. 11% covered by glaciers, 30% by lava fields. It's the second largest island in Europe after the UK. Traditional Icelandic houses are built into the earth, with grass rooftops that blend into nature. Here, parents can't name their children freely. They must choose from an official list of 2,500 names. Surnames are based on the father's or mother's name, plus son or dóttir. The Icelandic language sounds like a forgotten song. Hello is halo, thank you is takk, yes is ja, no is næ, and goodbye is bless. The most common names, John, Sigurdur, Gudmundur, and for girls, Gudrun, Anna, Christine. Icelanders are among the tallest people in the world. Average height, 5'11", for men, 5'6" for women. You'll find the Great Geyser here, blasting boiling water 80 meters into the sky. Iceland has fewer than 400,000 people, but over 600,000 sheep. Living costs are high. A cheap meal costs $40, a beer over $7, and rent for a one-bedroom apartment around $1,600. But the strangest thing is their quiet belief in hidden people, huldufolk. Most Icelanders don't claim they believe in elves, but they won't deny them either. They say elves live in rocks, forests, and if you disrespect them, misfortune follows. 4 nights are said to belong to the elves. New Year's Eve, January 6th, Summer Night, and Christmas Eve. when unseen beings step briefly into our world. On New Year's Eve, Icelanders light candles to guide the elves as they search for new homes. This island is also a paradise for whale watching. Gentle giants roam the northern fjords like spirits of the sea. One of Iceland's boldest dishes? Harkarl, fermented Greenland shark buried in stone for months, then dried, and it smells like ammonia and nightmares. A century ago, all alcohol was banned, and beer remained illegal until 1989. Maybe that's why Icelanders are known for their strong drinks and stronger hearts. But what truly stuns the world is the Blue Lagoon, a milky blue geothermal spa nestled in lava fields rich in silica and sulfur. 37 to 39 quantities. It's like bathing in a volcano's breath. In Iceland, you'll spot the colourful puffin, the national bird with its rainbow beak. But shockingly, they're not only admired, they're eaten. Even their fresh hearts are consumed raw in traditional meals. The Westman Islands are home to the largest Atlantic puffin colony in the world. On the icy plains, you'll find Icelandic horses, small yet fierce. In Thingvellir National Park, two massive tectonic plates, North American and Eurasian, pull apart and you can dive between continents. This sacred place also witnessed the birth of one of the world's oldest parliaments, Alþingi, founded in the year 930 AD. And if you see a place ending in foss, it means waterfall, like Hraunfossa, where lava fields bleed water straight from the rock itself. If Iceland felt to you like a living fairy tale, tap the heart, share this story with fellow dreamers, and don't forget to subscribe so we can keep exploring the world's hidden wonders together. Dettifoss, the most powerful waterfall in Europe, 45 meters tall, 100 meters wide, pouring 400 cubic meters per second. Reynisfjara, Iceland's haunting black sand beach, known as the Beach of the Giant Trolls, where basalt columns stand like frozen sentinels. Legend says they were trolls, turned to stone by sunlight. Iceland has birthed global icons like Kaleo, the blues rock band, or Surreal, the self-portrait queen. And remember, the mountain from Game of Thrones? That's Hafthor Bjornsson, an Icelandic giant over 2 meters tall. Among Iceland's leading actresses are Anita Briem and Hera Hilmar. And here's the most powerful fact. Iceland was the first country in the world to make it illegal to pay men more than women. Equality here isn't just a dream, it's the law. Want to visit Iceland on a budget? Hitchhiking is common, but if you're in a remote spot, you might wait for hours. Icelanders work hard. They have the longest working hours in Europe, 43.5 hours per week. Icelandic women aren't just hard-working. They've won Miss World 3 times. And the wind? So wild! Their language has over 100 words to describe it. According to myth, Grýla, a giantess, comes down from the mountains each Christmas, hunting naughty kids to eat. And if you don't get new clothes on Christmas Eve, the monstrous Yule cat might devour you instead. But don't worry, Iceland is one of the longest living nations on Earth, with women living to 83 and men to 80. Oh, and the water? So pure. You can drink it straight from the tap. Icelanders don't just speak their native tongue, they speak fluent English, and even some Danish, though rarely used. A genetic study revealed a striking fact. Most Icelandic men descend from Norse blood, while the women, Irish roots, a land born of fire and ice. It's so cold here that no ants can survive. Iceland is the only country without ants. Sitting atop the mid-Atlantic ridge, where America meets Europe, Iceland is home to 130 volcanoes, 30 of them still active. Geologically, half of Iceland belongs to North America and the other to Europe, but spiritually, it's united as one. With just 120 pro footballers, they still managed to defeat England at Euro 2016. A tiny nation, with lava running in its veins and the heart of a giant. This is Hallgrímskirkja, the tallest building in Iceland, with a facade inspired by frozen lava flows. Only 23% of this land has vegetation, and 14% is covered in ice. Yet in winter, some rivers stay warm, reaching up to 50 degrees Celsius. You can hike across Sólheimajökull Glacier, walking on solidified lava beside fierce white ice. And if you're lucky, you might enter one of Iceland's glowing ice caves, where light shifts from white to turquoise like a living dream. Here, geothermal energy turns steam into electricity, and Wi-Fi covers the entire island. Jules Verne drew inspiration from Iceland's Snæfellsjökull volcano for his novel Journey to the Centre of the Earth. And if you see a baby napping outside a cafe in a stroller, don't be alarmed. In Iceland, it's just a quiet proof of trust, nature, and a different way of life. Did you know Iceland's national flower isn't frozen, but the delicate white 8-petal dryad, glowing with golden stamens like winter sun, and their national animal, the fierce and majestic Gyrfalcon. Their traditional dish? Half a sheep's head, shaved, boiled, and sometimes cured in lactic acid. But what Icelanders really love is bragdafur, a dreamy ice cream mix with candy, cookies, licorice, and fruit. At Skogafoss waterfall, legend says the first Viking settler hid his treasure behind the roaring curtain of water, but whenever someone grabs it, it vanishes. Watch seals sunbathe on Ytri Beach, or relax in the natural Polarin hot spring, free to enjoy, lovingly cared for by the locals. Visit the Westfjord Heritage Museum in Ísafjörður and marvel at the Sun Voyager, a steel sculpture shaped like a Viking ship, built to honour Reykjavik's 200th anniversary. Iceland, part fairy tale, part wilderness. Laugavagur, Iceland's oldest road, only 2 kilometres long, once called the Water Road, leading locals to the hot springs, as if to cleanse not just skin, but sorrow too. And then, a new waterfall was born. Gleimur used to rain, until 2007 when Mosafoss rose from the ice, reaching 228 metres. It's as if nature rewrote the throne. In Reykjavik stands Perlan, a glass dome museum, where you walk into a glacier cave chilled at 15 degrees and hear the ancient breath of frozen time. Icelanders love sports, but handball is their true flame in a snowy land. And here, no trains, no subways, only silent steps fading into the mist. So if you came to Iceland, would you walk the water road or touch the heart of ice? Let us know in the comments if Iceland felt to you like a living fairy tale. Tap the heart, share this story with fellow dreamers, and don't forget to subscribe so we can keep exploring the world's hidden wonders together. Home to Brennivín, a national liquor distilled from fermented potatoes and flavoured with caraway, yet its nickname sends chills, Svarti Daudi, the Black Death. Here it's illegal to keep snakes, lizards or turtles as pets. Even dogs require a special license. But cats, they roam free, believe it or not. Boxing was banned until 2002, deemed too violent for the nation. The tallest peak, Vanadalshnjúkur, rises 1,209 meters and is nearly impossible to pronounce. And guess what? There are no mosquitoes in Iceland. The only one ever found is preserved in a museum. So if you landed in Iceland, would you sip the Black Death? Or try to say Vanadalshnjúkur out loud? Tell us your pick in the comments. In Iceland, during the 13 nights leading up to Christmas, children place their shoes by the window, waiting quietly for the mysterious Yule lads to sneak by in the night and leave behind tiny gifts like whispered magic. Here, not only do Santa-like figures exist, but elves have homes too. So much so that roads are rerouted or construction is halted to avoid disturbing sacred rocks believed to house them. In Reykjavik, the Harpa Concert Hall stands like a crystal-breathing entity, made of thousands of glass pieces reflecting both sky and sea. Iceland holds a genetic database of its entire population and an ancestral archive that reaches deep into the past. The land is home to Europe's largest national park, Vatnajökull, alongside Snæfellsjökull and Þingvellir, vast white dreams carved by ice and time. Astonishingly, there are 1.5 cars per person. Yet homes here are humble, wooden and timeless, each one proudly bearing the year of its birth on its facade. And then there's the pilsur, a hot dog so legendary even President Bill Clinton called it the best in the world. So if you ever find yourself in Iceland, would you wait by the window for the Yule lad or go searching for elves in the stone? Drop your choice in the comments below. If you want to continue discovering untold mysteries, don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell, because the next video might change the way you see the universe.